Coming at you live from the Golden Goose Studios, Commissioner Cole Gronkowski. He's on a hiatus this week. It's a big birthday week in his household, so he's out to dinner, snapping some pics. His mind is elsewhere. So after a tough loss last week from yours truly, he had to step away for this week. So I'm here with the VP of the league, Uncle Tony. Talk to me. How we feeling?
5-3, 2 wins in 1 week. You can't ask for more than that.
Wow. Yeah, a roller coaster of emotions for you this week. What a nightmare turning into the grace of God. You snuck it out. And, of course, we have the one and only Ukraine Train. This guy's been wheeling and dealing all season, and he sits at the bottom. So talk to me.
I mean, it's a rough season. We'll get to it, and I'll talk to you guys about what's been going on, and we'll go from there.
Right. Yeah, and, I have a lot of feelings about what's been going on with me personally, the league, certain GMs, but let's just get right into it. And let me get my Hey, who do we have up first? Who's number one this week?
Yeah, not too much of a surprise, but we do have Gordon Bombay at number one here.
Yeah. Seems to be a mainstay at number one.
The best team in the league. I mean, how many people are in top 10 of their position? Almost everyone. I mean, he's got Mike Evans, DK Metcalf on his bench.
Mm-hmm.
So
and he still looks pretty good. So yeah. That's something that you don't see every year. One of the best drafts probably ever, and no one knew it at the time. So
yeah,
I agree with this number one rank.
He's got that expert in his ear, and expert's been crushing it. It's a solid team.
Yeah, depth. Minge, anything to add?
No, like you said, Darrell Henderson emerging this year. That's been huge for him. Aaron Jones has been solid. I mean, Josh Jacobs gets him like 15 a game, but he's got guys on bye, so like plugging him in, that's perfect. Right. He's got a lot of depth.
Right. All right, at number 2, who we got, UK?
Yeah, I got Brucey here at the number 2 spot.
Wow. The beast of the East this year, some might say.
The only team that would have beaten me last week, and I played him, so that worked out well in my favor. He's got Kyler Murray, probably MVP, good running backs, and Saquon's probably coming back in a week or two. Cooper Kupp's the stud. Amari Cooper's good. T. Higgins. I mean, it's a good team.
Right. But you see that Q next to Kyler.
Yeah, he might
he came out of the game in a boot. And who's he got to plug in? Derek Carr. I don't know. And he goes up against a division foe this week. It's going to be a big matchup.
That's a big matchup. I think that, Dope Man needs a win pretty bad. If he does, I think he's in a much better spot than he was. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it's a good team. I think that Cordero Patterson, of course, we talk about him. He's just been a stud and the steal of the draft, I'd say.
Wow.
I really don't see it with his team. They're ranked in the top 4 every single week. I don't understand it. He's had Saquon, done nothing. I mean, he's going to come back. He's going to be effective, but I don't see Cordero Patterson finishing the season the way he started it. Can I look at the rest of his roster?
So you don't like his team, but he's second in. Okay, I'm just.
No, I understand the points for he started the year really great, but I just don't see it continuing for the rest of the season.
Okay, interesting. Seems like you have a bone to pick with this GM. I'll leave it at that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I made a bad trade with this GM, taking Calvin Ridley from him and giving him Amari Cooper, T. Higgins, and Julio is really a non-factor this year, but giving him Amari Cooper and T. Higgins.
So it feels like a biased analysis of this roster. I'll leave it at that. And at number 3, who we got?
Yeah, a lot of people would put maybe a Gamber photo here, but I'm going to show that my ranks are unbiased, and I do have JB at the number 3 spot.
Wow.
I know it's crazy, but if you look at this roster, I mean, it's a solid all-around team. I always thought Gaskin was a little bit sketchy, but he's kind of coming around. He's got Hollywood Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Waddle, all solid receivers. Dalvin Cook is a beast. I know he's been hurt, but I think he'll be coming back pretty strong. Kicker spot's empty, so if he wants to, I do have Tyler Bass available. Oh, I think it's a
Gashing
good
a
team.
kicker. That's so JB.
Yeah, I mean, suck up. I mean, I don't know. I like this team. They put up a lot of points. I know this past week they didn't really, but they produce. It's the same thing as Brucey. It's not a sexy team, but they produce.
Wow, Brucey catching fucking ricochet shots here. Minge?
I'd never be happy to have two guys on the Dolphins starting on my team, but Jalen Waddle has been improving. Like, I'll give him that. He looks like he gets a lot of catches, a lot of targets. He's a good player. I'll never trust Myles Gaskin. I know he doesn't like him either. Rest of the team, Marquise Hollywood Brown, he's been great. CD, he's been good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know this GM very, very personally, and we discussed the team a lot, and I'm not going to hide it from you guys. He doesn't love the roster, but he loves the results he's been getting. So personally, I think it's a playoff team. I just think it's another year where he comes up short, and that's just where I see this team. And then at number 4, UK, take it away.
Yeah, number 4, we got Gamber Photo. Every year, this guy seems to be at the top, except for maybe 1 or 2 years. And I'm pretty confident that he watches the least amount of football out of anyone in the league. So kind of blows my mind that this happens every year. But he drafts well. He picks up good free agents. I mean, these receivers aren't the best for me. I know he's got McLaurin on a bye, but like Cortland Sutton, Brandon Cooks is having an okay year, but they're just like really boomer bust.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think about obviously the big news this week is Derrick Henry.
Yep.
I don't know if he's out for the year yet officially, but a lot of talk about Jeremy McNichols, but this GM went for AP.
I think that's the pick.
I tend to agree. I'm with you there. I think the whole Jeremy McNichols hype is crazy.
Guy is like averaging 2 carries a game.
I think something stupid. So why not go for the tried and true veteran AP? I like the pickup. I think he will be the actual running back in Tennessee. So, maybe AP has a little flash in the past and he's an absolute cannon for this guy. But I mean, you don't hate the fill-ins he has with Chase Edmonds and Elijah Mitchell. Yeah. You don't love it. A couple cues.
At the very least, AP gets the goal line carries. He'll get touchdowns. Jeremy McNichols is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible player. Horrible pickup. We'll get to that GM later on, but
GP at number 4. And at number 5, we have an emerging GM this year, KK Watt, sitting at 4-4. But he's had a couple tough losses this season for sure. I mean, last week was pitiful, but other than that, he's had some other bad losses.
Look, I see Uncle Tony rolling his eyes over there on the bottom right corner. Yeah, I mean, this team, I like KK Watt. Always a guy that's willing to trade, is nice about a trade. He doesn't get too aggressive, very, very casual.
What do you like about what you see right now on that screen?
I mean, Brandon Bolden stinks, but, he does have Travis Kelce, who's at 20 points a game, Robert Woods, Emmanuel Sanders, Mixon. Go to his bench. He's got DeAndre Swift coming back. I think that he made probably the trade of the year, getting DeAndre Swift for nothing. So I really
would you call that a fleecing?
Oh, I think he absolutely fleeced him. I do think so. So we'll see. I think that'll be a good plug-in at that RB2 spot.
Can you remind me what Shane gave up for DeAndre? I don't remember.
Yeah. Tom Brady and Antonio Brown. He got Tom Brady, Antonio Brown.
Yeah, that kind of hurts still a little bit.
Oh,
he traded DeAndre Swift and
not as bad as
I don't fucking know who else, but
AB for Justin
Fields.
It was
Kirk Cousins and DeAndre Swift is who it was.
Okay.
But look at the two IR spots. Montgomery might be coming back this week. Kareem Hunt, who knows? But when he comes back, he'll produce a lot of depth.
And I've said this all season long. I actually do enjoy this team. I like its makeup. I like where he is. I like where his head's at this year. That trade only made him better. So I like this GM moving forward. I think 4-4 doesn't really give the whole picture of his season so far.
All right, number 6, Uncle Tony. Oh shit! All right,
and then 5-3 in the West.
Just talk about them. Okay.
Yeah, break your roster down for us. Let's hear it.
All right, a lot of ups and downs this year. Really bad trade in the beginning of the season, trading Justin Fields. So you see slotted in at the quarterback position this week for Antonio Brown. Everyone knows Aaron Rodgers wasn't vaccinated, could be out for 2 weeks. So I'm a little banged up right now.
Would you call him a hippie?
Yes, I believe I said that. With his alternative medicine, whatever the hell that means.
Credit to Shailene Woodley.
Yeah. Nick Chubb's gonna be solid, especially with Kareem Hunt out. He had a stinker last week, but Damian Harris stepped up huge for me in the last 3 games. I would have been screwed playing Melvin Gordon or Javonte Williams. Michael
Talk to me about Pittman.
Emerging.
He just got
a lot of players that are like they're really improving.
Wait, is this breaking news?
He just got a touchdown probably right before halftime.
Wow.
Breaking news.
Hell yeah. Love that.
Oh, with a 14.5 spot so far. So
people are saying he could be a wide receiver 1, like Matthew Berry, but it's not me.
No idea what I just clicked. Sorry.
Diggs, I mean, he's up and down this year, but he looks like he's starting to become the player he used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the flex position with Christian Kirk, and you just don't like
absolute boom or absolute bust.
Yeah, but I see AJ Green's out this week. D-Hop has the hammy, so that's a solid.
That hurts the toe. You're absolute boy.
But like Calvin Ridley, it kills me. I'm gonna be going with either him or Jacoby Myers for the rest of the season.
Right, but Calvin has he's got to take care of the mentals right now. So, what do you think about this right here? Is this worth your time at all?
It's very, very frustrating to say the least to watch it unfold. They literally just go one after another. They split every other series.
Yeah,
Javonte Williams is clearly the better athlete. Melvin seems to get the red zone touches, but that's just from like chance. So, but
yeah, Melvin Gordon's on my banned list of players I'll never have on my team again. So I get it.
They're available. I'll let the league know. But
and number 7, UK. Talk to me.
So this is where things get a little dicey, but very unbiased. I do have UK at number 7. I know people are going to say that's crazy, but 5th in points.
Let's talk about this, right,
dude? I'm on a 5-loss streak. I crunched some numbers. My opponent in that lose streak is averaging 151.5 points. There's absolutely nothing I can do about that. I'm scoring points. My opponents are scoring a lot more. Ken put up 200. Desi put up 200. Shane put up 200. His team stinks. Like, what am I supposed to do? Nothing I can do. You look at at the sub 500 teams, I have the most complete roster. And that is, I will stand by that. But I think I made a great trade.
I was gonna say, let's hear about the trade, because it's a trade that I don't think everyone would have done, but you felt like you needed to shake it up a little bit.
Exactly. I needed to shake it up a little bit. I got 3 starters. I gave away 2. Miles Sanders is irrelevant to me. DJ Morris, top 10. Jonathan Taylor might be the best running back in the league. Zeke is Zeke. He'll give me 15 a game. Michael Carter, how about that trade, dude? I still lost, and he gave me 32 points.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just that type of season, but, really not that many holes. Yeah, Pat Freiermuth, whatever. I'll get rid of him when Gronk's back.
Did you draft him? Or
no? I got him in some sort of trade. He's the worst running.
Definitely drafted him.
He's the worst of all time. Completely irrelevant, but Boston Scott's there. He could probably be the starter. Just a deep team, dude. We like this team as far as the under 500 teams.
Well, how do you like? Okay, you're sitting at 2-6. Where do you see yourself going from here? Do you go on a run?
I think I have the firepower to go on a run. I think that Cole Gronk just lost J-Rob. I think he just got officially ruled out. I already have 22 points. I do see myself taking a dub this week and potentially going on a big run. But we'll see.
The loser of your matchup is just in the dirt.
It's done. Whoever loses this is done. Fire sale.
Winner go home.
Winner go home.
This is a big game.
This is a must win for you too.
Absolutely.
Staring down the barrel at 2-7.
What's the word on D-Hop? I heard he didn't practice.
Yeah, he might be hurt, but I mean, I do have Boyd, Devontae Smith, so I mean, I'm not too worried. I know he is questionable though.
Fucking Watson.
I hate Watson, dude, the worst. But yeah.
So you're saying look out for UK to make a run.
I like them. I like my team. I know I'm 2-6, but I really do like this roster. So we'll see what happens.
Minge, any thoughts?
Looking at the wide receiver core, I love your running backs. Awesome running backs. D-Hop, like there's a lot of mouths to feed there, and it seems like he's still the player he used to be, but they just have a lot of other guys that they like to get the ball to. Right. So I just don't see that ceiling that he used to have. And DJ Moore with a backup quarterback, like DJ Moore is awesome, but it's the same type of situation. Like he's a super talented player, but it's just not a great situation. So, but I mean, talent prevails. I always say that. So we'll see what happens.
Number 8 is the dope man.
Oh, okay.
A rightful spot, I think. I mean, big dub last week, a much needed win because I know you were down on yourself a little bit. Scoring 109. Somehow winning, that's pretty impressive. That's good defense. But
wins a win in this league. We'll take
absolutely.
It for sure.
I mean, receivers are good. Van Jefferson, I think, is number 2 over there in LA right now. Kind of Gainwell, I don't know. He didn't seem to get much production last week. But we'll see. That could change with the Eagles offense this week. But
and I'll just speak about this GM really, really quick. Great receivers. Godwin has been an absolute beast this year. The bench this week is looking a little rough. Call it what it is. There's not a lot going on here. So this is what we're gonna roll with this week. I have a big uphill battle against Brucey this week. So we'll see if we can put some things together. I don't know. This GM has been fighting all season long, but I don't have much else to say. You guys know how I feel about me and my chances. Always, I'm ready to roll, but just down here for the dope man. Minge, what do you got on this guy?
I like this team this week. Like I can see the Eagles going down early to the Chargers and having a pass to Gainwell. Like that's a good running back to have. It was weird how last week they didn't go to him. They kind of like I felt like that was just kind of like
that was crazy.
Yeah, I don't see that happening again. But Van Jefferson, like I mean, he's like kind of like a Christian Kirk, like second or third option. Might have a huge game, might not.
I just think I like the matchup against the Titans this week, so that's why I picked them
horrible
up.
Horrible corners, yeah.
So who knows? We'll see. Boom or bust, but rightful spot for this GM, and down here. All right, number 9.
Yeah, I got Team Hoare here. GM that I've always been a big fan of. Just has fun playing, and maybe he
loves the game. Loves the game.
Loves making moves. Big dub last week. Yeah, there he is. Always picking up free agents. I mean, I really don't think this team is that bad. I mean, the running backs are a little sketchy, but they're both starters. Receivers are
he's dealing with injuries, so I got to give it to him. The adversity's there, and he's trying to fight through it.
Fantasy-wise, Chase might be the best receiver to have right now. Justin Jefferson's good. I mean, it's a good squad. There's a couple holes.
I mean, talk about a young core of receivers. I love that.
Exactly. So I'd love to see him make a play for the playoffs. So we'll see what happens.
See, sitting at 3-5, as is the dope man, it's like it's that spot where you could go on a little run and get some magic going. So I see this GM maybe winning some games. Tough matchup this week against KK, but we'll see, man.
CMC,
I mean, this has hurt him all year. I don't know, Minge, what do you got on this guy?
I really like this team. Like they're a bunch of talented players. Probably one of the most high-powered offenses now with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Really tough to get a win and then following it up with a loss stat correction like that's got to be rough.
That that is something that could really throw you off your game. But I feel like this GM has faced so much adversity in this league's history that really doesn't even faze him.
Build up a bunch of scar tissue. He's calloused. He can get through this. But is Christian McCaffrey, is he coming back this week, next week?
I have no idea. He's
potentially this week.
This week.
that would be huge. 19.8 projection, like that's a team to reckon with.
Yeah. So always rooting for Team Whore. All right, number 10, who we got?
Yeah, a guy that really hates to see himself down here is Cole Gronk. Tough year because I really don't think his team is bad. Running backs are good. I mean, I know J-Rob just got hurt, but I don't know, man. It's just like been weird. I don't know. Jerry Jeudy, I don't really like. Claypool, I don't really like either. Too many mouths to feed, and he's really not that good.
Also Big Ben is just
rag arm.
Yeah. And I believe breaking news: James Robinson's out for the year.
Oh, is he really?
I don't know. I thought you said that, but potentially, I don't know what his deal is.
I don't know. He might be. Who knows? That would be crazy.
He's got Carlos Hyde on the bench, but nothing to write home about there.
No.
Yeah,
guy's been tossed around the league way too much.
This guy needs a win this week, so we'll see what happens.
I mean, big matchup.
Huge. I mean, matchup of the year potentially. So
yeah, I just think going from winning a championship to being in the basement like this guy, it hurts. It hurts the soul. We talk about pedigree a lot on this power ranks, and he has it, but he's not showing it this season, so that hurts.
Yeah.
Minge, talk to us about your old college roommate.
This team's decent. Like he gets Judy back, which helps him a lot. With Odell just being, we don't even know what's going on with
essentially,
Odell.
He's a free agent essentially right now.
Yeah. But yeah, you get Judy back, but Judy, he's the second fiddle to Sutton, it seems like. But we'll see once he gets back. You really don't know when both of them are playing. Claypool, super talented player. Big Ben is averaging 7 yards a throw, I think, this year. So it's like he's a deep threat, and you're not going to get a lot out of him when you're only throwing the ball 7 yards.
Yeah, and I would say Claypool is just not the receiver to own in that offense. It's Deontay Johnson.
I agree.
Johnson.
So is this team done? Is this team going on a skid? Like, do you think this could lead into seasons to come? Like, is this a trend, or can this GM bounce back? Say next season.
I don't know about you guys, but he hasn't seemed engaged this whole year. Like
you know what? I think that there's a big championship hangover happening with this GM right now, and it's sad to see. It really is because
with the wedding.
I mean, let's look back. He fell off his commissioner duties. Power ranks. We started week 3.
Sad.
And look at the production on the field. I just don't think he's mentally there. Yeah, he got married. Okay, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I think I think the league deserves better than what he's giving us right now. So that's all I'll have to say. Yeah. Number 11, who we got?
Opposite of Gamber Photo, I think this guy watches a lot of football, but it's Menage a Trois at 11. Tough spot to be in, really.
10% chance to make playoffs. Yeah.
He made a big trade with me the other week. I don't think really anyone won that trade. I think he got the best player in the trade, but I think I got the next 2, and then he got the 4th. So
I don't know. There's been a couple talks about you running around saying you absolutely won this trade.
I mean, personally, I do think I won, but I don't think I fleeced. But I don't think it was a fleece.
No fleecing. No fleecing.
A trade that we both needed to do. We both needed a change. I mean, it's forcing him to start Ty Johnson this week. So in that sense, I do believe that maybe I won that trade in that sense. But he'll say otherwise. And Devontae Adams comes home. He's a big Devontae Adams guy.
I was going to say, I think you played the Packers card on this trade.
And Rodgers is hurt this week. So, I mean, I love to see that after giving away.
Could be 2 weeks.
Could be 2 weeks. I mean, Jordan Love is a pretty good backup, but still, I don't know. I mean, he's got Hunter Renfrow and Ty Johnson starting, and Elijah Moore, who has a touchdown tonight. But I don't know. It's really Najee Harris and Devontae Adams is this whole team, and Dak. So if those guys aren't giving him 80 points combined, then it's going to be tough for him to win week to week. That's what I got to say. Love the GM. Great guy, but just tough year.
Sean?
Solid team. Like, I'm a big Najee Harris fan in fantasy. I don't think he's that great of a player, but the way he gets fed with those 7 yards per throw from Ben Roethlisberger, it's been awesome for him all year long. Like, he doesn't need to score, and he's still going to get 20 points per game. Elijah Moore, he's looked great tonight. You can't be excited about starting 2 Jets, though, no matter what. Mike White is out of the game, I believe. Devontae, great player. But Hunter Renfro, I mean, he's not – that offense isn't that great. I don't know. What are they, the 10th team?
11th.
11th.
Well, Renfro might eat now that what's his face is in prison. So we'll see what Henry
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
You might get a few more. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, love the GM as a person, just not his year. I get it. And rounding out our week 9 power ranks, bottom of the barrel, the cellar dweller, the Toledo shitheels. Dennis, Ukraine train. I know you have some thoughts about this GM, so let's hear it. Air it out.
I mean, he's going to rip into me when he sees this, but that trade last week, at first I thought, I was like, whatever, it's not too bad. But looking back on it, that is a all-time bad trade. You give up DeAndre Swift, who's third, I believe, getting 24
I think he's top
points,
5 or something like that.
Getting 24 points a game. He never texted me about him. I don't know what. I probably would have given him a Hopkins or something like that. Never hit me up. Just did this trade. Not only did he get fleeced, but he traded for a player that is on a bye this week in a must-win week, playing Gamber Photo. Trade makes no sense to me. He's pretty much giving up this week. I mean, he's got Jeremy McNichols, who blows. Jordan Howard is going to,
well, if my memory serves correct, I'm pretty sure in the YGB group chat, he said the season's over, boys. So he's just thrown in the towel?
Which makes no sense because,
what a terrible mindset.
He's 3-5. There's other teams. I think the 6th seed in the playoffs is Ken, who's 4-4. So there's still a lot of fantasy football.
A lot of games left.
Yeah. And it was 17-week season too. So
yeah, there's literally 8 more games, 9, including this week. So I think this GM didn't realize that or something. I was like, I'm done. It just started to do something. Then he drops 35 on Jeremy McNichols, and it's like, all right, okay, sure. But is he really the answer to losing DeAndre Swift? I don't know. I don't know.
Tyreek Hill is the only reliable player on this team, and he's also like a 40 points or a 3 points. There's no.
He's been boomer bust.
So if Tyreek Hill gives him a bust game like 6 points, he might not break 70 points this week.
Yeah, the GM's in trouble if that happens. But if you do look at it, he has Leonard Fournette, he's a good running back this year.
He is.
And he has Antonio Gibson, who's a good running back this year.
Fair.
So
Gibson, ankle injury.
I'll speak to the other side of the trade. For Shane's sake, he wanted a little bit better wide receiver depth and an upgrade at quarterback. So from his point of view, I could understand why he did the trade. I just think he could have gotten a lot more for DeAndre Swift. Maybe shopped him around a little bit.
I agree. I think position-wise, the trade is fine, but value, it makes no sense. He could have gotten a lot more for Swift. I know I would have given him more personally.
Yeah.
So it's just, that's the problem I have with it. Right. So.
And that was following a trade 2 weeks ago that he made with me for Antonio Gibson and Dawson Knox, where he gave up Stephon Diggs and Aaron Rodgers. So it's two bad trades in 2 weeks. That kills him. He started J.D. McKissick last week over Gibson.
Gibson's not that good. He's got an injury.
Really not. He plays the first 2 downs, and then it's McKissick time.
Yeah. So
it's almost as if he kept Swift, Fournette, Tyreek Hill, and Diggs, he'd be looking all right.
Yeah, he'd be looking better.
So.
That's a scary team if you look at it now, with Rodgers at the helm, that hippie. But yeah, I don't know. This GM likes to make crazy moves, and sometimes you got to question it. But maybe there's a method to his madness. I'm not going to count him out yet. He's still 3-5. I don't think it's his championship year for him, but I could be wrong. There's a lot to be desired with this GM who claims to know football so well.
That projection is the lowest. I know it doesn't matter, but that's the lowest I've seen all year. So it's something you got to point out too. It's tough. Jordan Howard is being started in 2% of leagues. Like, you really hate to see it, and that's all.
Good week last week. He was getting
Yeah.
fed.
Yeah.
All right. Closing remarks. UK. I think that was a fair ranking. It's good to get a view from someone like you who has a lot to say, obviously, about some certain GMs in this league. I feel like that's good to get it off your chest. So talk to me. How do you feel about this week? What do you think moving forward? What do you got?
I think we see a lot of big shakeups this week. A lot of big matchups. Dope Man and Brucey, that's a big matchup. If Dope Man can pull off the win, I mean, that's
that would be big for the East Division.
Big for the whole division, actually. UK and Cole Gronk. I mean, I know that's cellar dwellers, but that's game of the year possibly, because that,
it's win or go home.
It really is. So, I mean, a couple other ones. JB and Uncle Tony, that's a big one. I think the winner of that will probably switch spots in the playoff bracket. So, that's big. I mean, just a lot of big matchups this week. And
yeah,
I'd like to see Team Hor pull off a dub there too.
Yeah.
So,
again, love KK this year, but always rooting for Team Hor. And then I just think GP bullies the shit this week. I don't even think it's going to be competitive. So, Minge, what do you got for us?
Let's talk about my own team. I know a lot of people think I have a flukish 5-3, but we'll see if I can keep it going, keep the luck going, get Calvin Ridley back, get Aaron Rodgers back, and make a nice run here.
Yeah, it's your team leaves a lot to be desired. Again, I'm not saying in terms of me, but whew, I don't know. You got to score to win. I don't know.
And you got to win to get in the playoffs.
That's true. All right, boys. It's been a pleasure. Week 9 ranks coming at you live. I'm saying live. Let's have a good week. All right, boys. Thanks for having you. Love you. Let's get to it.
See you guys.